The problem with most churches today, there's challenges all around us. The challenge with so many churches today is there's too many people riding in the back of the wagon with just a few out front pulling it. Now, as you go through this week, right, I had the privilege of being the opening keynote. As you go through this week, learning about resources, gleaning some wonderful technology and tools, I want to urge you to ask the question, how will we use this to provoke God's people to mission? And how will we avoid placing God's people into positions as passive spectators to watch a show rather than to engage in the mission? Now, I believe all kinds of churches of all sizes can do that. As I mentioned, I preached to a church of 7,000 Sunday and of 75 this next Sunday, and both of them are going to be seeking and are seeking to live on mission. The building and the tools don't make mission, and they don't necessarily detract from mission. It's a question of how we use them. Part of the problem is it requires us to recognize that the tools, right? I want you to see me on a screen, right? Well, maybe not me, because who wants to see that? But you need to be seen, you need to be heard. I get all that. But the challenge is, can you find the people and empower them and encourage them to ministry? How many of you saw that Susan Boyle video on YouTube? Raise your hand for a second. Yeah, wasn't that the greatest thing ever? I watched that over and over again. My wife comes in and she says, who is this woman that you're watching on YouTube over and over again? I'm not a weepy guy. I actually cried. I'm watching this video like the 8th time through. If you followed me on Twitter, you would have been one of the first 1 million people to watch this video. Now you're just among the 300 million. But I'm watching this thing and I'm watching it over and over again. And I'm at one point, I am crying like a 12-year-old girl at a Justin Bieber concert. I mean, I am just, and I'm not a weepy guy. I have a 12-year-old daughter, so I know. But you know why people watched it? Because there was something right about it. You remember when there was she was in a theater and Susan Boyle walked out onto the stage and she was a frumpy lady and the camera was zooming in on the audience when she walked into the stage and they scoffed. I mean, they scoffed. There was this one teenage girl who just goes, golly, you just want to slap her. And, and not that that's good, but it was just, and then she gets up there and Simon, it's kind of like the American Idol if you haven't seen it, and it's called Britain's Got Talent. Simon gets up there and he just sort of rolls his eyes and says, all right, what are you doing here, love? And well, I'm going to sing a song. And where are you from, he asks. And she stumbles through, I'm from these villages. And they all roll their eyes because she can't even say where she's from. How dare she get on this stage and think that somebody so unspectacular as Susan Boyle can get up in front of all these people? And then she asked him, he asked, what are you going to sing? And she said, I'm going to sing I Dream a Dream from Les Mis. And they kind of, who do you want to be like, Ellen Page? And they all roll their eyes, and then they say, all right, go ahead and sing. And the music starts, and they start to hear the music, and she begins to sing, I dream a dream in time gone by. And she begins to hit those notes, and every time she hits another line, her voice gets stronger, and the crowd starts to look at each other and say, whoa, and they start to applaud. And while they're applauding, they go to the judges, and Simon smiles. It's a moment in history. And they look at the other judges, and they're all like, we didn't expect this. And the crowd stands to its feet as her notes and her voice get stronger and stronger, and they're clapping, and the camera's going across the crowd. That girl who scoffed is now up cheering, and they go to 2 guys backstage, and then they're on the camera and say, you didn't see that coming, did you? And you didn't. And they did, and now the judges are on their feet clapping, and what happens is to the world, that's a shocking moment on YouTube. To the Church of Jesus Christ, that's supposed to be the ministry we're in.